you. But hey, that's all right because for me, this is the game I'm really most interested in. Is our next
Mm-hmm.
matchup, of course, this
Yes.
4-5 matchup with the upstart Texans. D'Amico. Now, see, to me, and I don't want to get too sidetracked, but come on, how is D'Amico Ryans not the front runner for Coach of the Year with what he's
Because
able to
the,
pull
the
off here?
team he's playing against has started
No,
5
well,
quarterbacks, and they're
no, I
11-5
get it.
in
No,
the
no,
playoffs.
I get it. I'm not. Yeah, I hear you, Alex. Again,
We're not
and that'll
playing
be a
Jeopardy,
discussion.
Mr. Loosemore.
That'll be a that'll be a
Browns
discussion
Wow,
for
the
well,
another
actually,
show.
emotional pick.
But I'm just
The
saying, you have
Browns
to
is the
imagine.
emotional pick.
Well, yeah, Stefanski.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I mean, who doesn't like Flacco coming out of nowhere from his couch, basically, to lead this
Yeah.
team to the
He
playoffs? Like, who
played
doesn't like
that
that
for us 2
story?
years ago.
Well, you see, there you go.
Man was living in his gated community playing pickleball with the senior citizens.
Well, apparently he only does this for Cleveland franchises because isn't that where the Ravens came from? So, he won the Super Bowl with them. Now he could win one with the Browns. So he only apparently likes Cleveland-related teams, I guess, Mr. Flacco. But, yeah, here we go. We got a 4-5 matchup. Obviously, the Texans, we know what they've done to get their way here. They've stretched and clawed all season and won some really big games. So now they're here with their rookie quarterback. Ken, I mean, again, Flacco, we know his playoff experience. He's a Super Bowl champ. We know what the Browns have. I mean, their defense is great. We know what they have on offense. Do the Texans have a shot here, guys? Can they pull the upset here on Sunday or Saturday? This is the first game on Saturday. Sorry, first game we get. So 3:15.
I think it's entirely possible. I mean, for me, the storyline is, and you already spoke on it. It was for the storyline for me as soon as I saw the seedings was recently unretired Joe Flacco versus quite possibly the hottest young rookie quarterback in the league this season. And that's gonna, I mean, that alone is going to be enough to get me to definitely check that one out. But do I think they can do it? I 100% think they can do it. The only question is, they're pretty. I don't really study a lot of the players' ages unless I know I was watching them like play ball right after I met my wife 14 years ago. So, Texans are a pretty young team, right?
Yes, very young.
Second youngest, I think. Yeah.
So that might play a factor because you're talking about a bunch of young guys who have not had this opportunity in the spotlight. So do they step up to the plate? I know, wrong sport, but do they step up to the plate when they get there, or do they get a little blinded by the lights when they get there? But other than that, I think this is going to be I'm looking forward to this one being a really good game.
I can't wait. The Deshaun Watson game.
Yeah.
If only Deshaun Watson was actually making an appearance.
Well, right, but that's the funny part. Both teams that are involved in the trade, the Texans who are finally coming up from out of the shadows of the Deshaun Watson situation.
Yeah,
the Browns, who, like you said, have had to have 5 quarterbacks because Deshaun was out. I mean, this is – I mean, they're coming together for this whole thing. It's just crazy that situation when you see it, that Flacco could lead one team and then C.J. Stroud could lead another, and both of them at 7 degrees of separation between all because they're all connected.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, the even funnier thing to ponder is the fact that if their starting quarterback had never gotten hurt, the Browns probably wouldn't be in this scenario.
Yeah.
That's very true, too, right? Because Deshaun wasn't exactly lighting it up while he was in there, was he?
No. Their defense was keeping them in the games. But someone mentioned the Houston Browns game on Christmas Eve. Let's remember, C.J. Stroud did not play that game.
Amongst a bunch of other players. There was a laundry list of Texans starters that did not play that game.
I mean, either one wins, it's a Cinderella story as far as it's concerned. Because the Browns, it's because, look, we lost our quarterback and we kept going and we're all this. Houston wins, it's a young team that brings it up. But Cleveland's defense has not been as stout as it was in the first part of the year. So I think this is because of the laundry list, because C.J. Stroud wasn't in that game. I think CJ is going to give the Browns defense a bit of a run for their money.
Business. He gonna come stand right on the 50-yard line. He gonna spray paint business on it. Go stand on it. Take a picture for the gram.
That kid has gumption, and it's just I like it.
And this was my I hated saying this about an Ohio State guy, but I said this was far and away the number one quarterback in this draft.
Yeah.
And he's shown
Right,
that.
yeah.
He has killed it game in and game out.
Yep.
And I mean, they allowed Davis Mills to get 2 touchdowns, and within 2 touchdowns of beating them on Christmas Eve. CJ Stroud is a whole nother beast. Him and Nico Collins, that connection they have is unreal this year. And I think it's pretty safe to say Amari Cooper's not going to end up with 265 yards receiving again.
Probably not, but yeah.
I'm taking the Texans in this one.
But Flacco is at quarterback, so
Flacco, Joey Flacco.
Yeah,
Flacco magic.
Demetrius Ryans, he's going to shut down Amari Cooper at all costs. Make Flacco with somebody else.
So that's what it is. You're going to get double teams all day or triple teams. They're going to do whatever. They're going to wrap them around. They're going to do whatever they can to make sure that Amari Cooper does not hurt them.
Yeah.
You just know that's coming. But, I find it I just find it interesting, this whole matchup. I love it. But I find it interesting, too, that, like, Singletary became the featured back there in Houston, because you
over Dameon Pierce,
Yeah, like Dameon Pierce, everybody was so high on him after last year. And yet the guy who came, he was at Buffalo last year, wasn't Singletary?
Buffalo, yeah.
He was one of the committee by running back that Buffalo had. And he's turned out to be really great for them. So like you said, they got some weapons there. And I'm not going to lie. I really hope Houston wins this game. I'm going to root for them. That's who I'm going to go with. But I definitely, since it's the first game on Saturday, I know I'll be glued to my television for that one for sure.
You better believe it, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the game to watch this weekend, I think, for sure. Like, that's the one everybody
Another little incentive for Houston here is, if you remember when they traded up for Will Anderson this year, they traded their own pick and kept the Browns pick.
They kept the Browns pick. Okay, there you go.
So if they can beat Cleveland, their draft pick gets earlier, and then they've pushed Arizona's pick later, which actually makes that trade even better for them getting Will Anderson. So,
well, there you go. Look at added motivation for this weekend. There you go.
Little extra piece.
Nice. No, for sure.